The first international rugby match for these two sides just about to take place. Scotland hosting Fiji, what promises to be not just a hard-hitting affair, but I would say a pretty fast-paced game of rugby as well. And in this video, we'll be looking through at the lineups for these two sides, and then at the end also giving a wee prediction for this contest. But jumping straight into it, the travelling side, Fiji, they haven't been in action since the Pacific Nations Cup, which they successfully won, so they'll be looking to add some more impressive wins under their belt before the end of 2024. In the front row, it is number 1, Hiareti Hitit, number 2, Tavita Ikanaveri, he will also be the captain for this Fiji side, and number 3, it is Samu Tawake in the locking duo. Asoana Silasila takes on 4, and number 5, Ratu Leone Rotuisolia will be there as the other lock. In the loose forward trio, it is Meri Derialangi, Kitioni Salawa, and Ilya Thanakaivata. Now, throughout the Pacific Nations Cup, Ilya Thanakaivata was quite a super sub for the Fijians, making his way off the bench, having a real impact. And I feel like now throughout November, the fact that he's going to get a few more starts could be extremely dangerous. I mean, Kitioni Salawa, partnered with him in the loose forward trio, says that this is going to be a fast-paced Fijian forward pack, and I'll look forward to seeing what they can do up against Scotland. But in the backline, it is Frank Lamani and Caleb Muntz as the 9-10 combination. Now, we have seen that 10 jersey float around a little bit. Muntz, though, he was the man heading into the Rugby World Cup that they definitely wanted at 10, had a massive injury, missed almost a whole year. But now that he's back, it does seem like he's picking up from where he left off. They've also got Armstrong Ravula as another option for that 10, but instead in this game finds himself playing 15. In the midfield, it is Inia Tabuaval, and then number 13, Apasalomi Vota. So we don't see Osifo Masi in this side. We don't see those guys who do play overseas like Semi Radradra, like Tuisova, but maybe we'll see a couple of those guys later on. In November, out on the wings, Ponepati Lognamasi. He's a fantastic athlete. He does well in the sevens for the Fijians, and he did manage to score on debut in the last game of the Pacific Nations Cup. Out on the other wing, it is Voate Karawalevu, and then at number 15, like I mentioned, Armstrong Ravula close out this Fijian lineup. But looking through at the reserves, number 16, Mesolami Dolokoto, number 17, it is Levi Natave, and then number 18, Hone Koroi Duadua, number 19, Masaki Vothi Vothi, with number 20 being Valive Mira Mira, so guys that we are familiar with from the Fijian drawer. Number 21, it is Simeone Korovoli. Number 22, Kimu Valetini. Now, it's quite surprising, but this is actually going to be his international debut. He's been around the scene for quite a long time in terms of that Fijian team and the Fijian drawer, but hasn't really fully had that opportunity, but now finds his way in off the bench. And then number 23, it is Wanganalanga to close out this Fijian side. He will also be on debut, so look out for those debutants to have a bit of an impact off the bench. Late looking through at this Scottish starting lineup, it is Pierre Skurman, Ewan Ashman at number 2, and number 3, Xander Fagerson. So a few of these guys we have already seen in action throughout the last few months for the URC. Xander Fagerson in that Glasgow Warriors side, the defending champions of the United Rugby Championship. The locking duo will be Grant Gilchrist alongside Scott Cummings. Then the loose forwards, Matt Fagerson, another Glasgow representative, Rory Darge as the vice captain, and Jack Dempsey as the number 8. And when you see the Scottish side and compare it to the Glasgow Warriors, you do understand why that side does so well, because they have got a lot of internationals scattered throughout their team. They like to play expansive rugby. Their loose forward trio always works hard, making the tackles, getting those running meters, the hard yards that some other players shy away from. That is exactly what we'll see from Scotland in this game. In the backline, Ali Price and Adam Hastings will be the 9-10 combination. In the midfield, Sione Tuipulotu, he is the captain of Scotland and also captain of Glasgow. Hugh Jones at number 13. Then out on the wings, Duan van der Merwe. It would be great to see him back in an international kit. Number 14, Darcy Graham. Same can be said about that man. And number 15, they have got Kyle Rowe. Now, the notable names missing that I've seen a lot of people talking about, no Hamish Watson for this game in particular up against Fiji, and also no Finn Russell throughout the Scottish 23. Looking through at the bench, it will be Dylan Richardson, Rory Sutherland, and Darcy Ray as the front row replacements. Max Williamson and Gregor Brown as the other 2 forward replacements. Then number 21, Jamie Dobie, number 22, Tom Jordan, and number 23, Stafford McDowell to close out this Scottish side. But this game, it is going to be kicking off at 6:40 a.m. New Zealand time. It's an early morning start, but we would have already at that point done the All Blacks versus England game beforehand, and we will also be doing the commentary for this match as well. But I did say I'd give a prediction. The last time that these two sides met in 2022, that game Scotland were at home and they beat Fiji 28 points to 12. Now I have to say, Fiji just in that time period, I believe have come a long way. They made it to the quarterfinals of the Rugby World Cup. They have won the Pacific Nations Cup. They'd love to be able to make it a lot closer, but in Scotland, that crowd, the atmosphere, and Murrayfield always changes a game. So I'm still going to say Scotland managed to pull off the victory, but I do think it will be a lot closer. I'm going 28 points to Scotland, 23 for Fiji, but I do thank you all very much for tuning in. Of course, do let me know your score predictions in the comments down below. But if you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you all for the next one.